Greetings, fellow Pagan pals. It's day 10 of our spiritual cleansing journey. We made it, and I'm so excited about today's project because we are making a meditation pillow perfect to use for your bum to lift your posture during meditation. Up until now, I've just been hijacking my pillow around my home for this, and I know there are some Pagan pals out there who've been doing the same thing. So enough of that. Let's make a pillow worthy of our tushies. You'll need a fabric of your choosing. I'm using this gorgeous Mandala Tapestry. I love the color, so bright and vibrant. I brought it online, and the link is below if you want to check it out. Since this is going to be a round pillow and there's already circular design laid out for me, I'm just going to measure how wide I want my pillow to be, which is 20 inches, and then follow the circle around with a pair of scissors. Very easy. The rest of my fabric will go into my scrap pile. For the back side of the pillow, I have a plain purple fabric, and I'm just going to use the Mandala fabric as a template to trace with a white fabric pencil and cut the fabric out. Now, if you don't have a pair of fabric scissors and your fabric ends up kind of like this crazy hack job, that's okay because this will not affect the outcome. I'm going to add a little flare with a fun magenta trim, and I'm placing the front of the trim where that bump is down, so the right side of the fabric and the right side of my trim are facing each other. Also, I'm making sure the fringe is facing inwards. Now, if the lip on your trim is too thin, scoot your trim down about 1/4 of an inch and then pin it to the fabric. If you have a trim that has a larger lip, then just bring it right to the edge of your fabric. When you get to the end, don't cut your trim just yet. First, we're going to sew it. I have my machine set to its widest length to create a basting stitch. I'm starting near where the trim ends, and I'm being really mindful here not to go over that bump on the trim. I want to stay just to the right of that. That's where I set my needle. And I'm using the little wedge on my presser foot to keep me on track. Just take your time with it. I'm sewing with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you could use your 1/4 inch foot here for this, but with that bump on the trim and such a tiny edge, there's no way it would hold firm. So I went with my zigzag presser foot, but you can experiment. It still slid here and there, but it's fine. When you get to the end, just cut the trim so that it buds up right next to the start of the trim. When that's done, grab your bottom fabric and lay it over the top piece, right sides together. Okay, so the pretty sides of both the fabrics should be facing each other. And then just pin it into place. I flipped over my fabric because the bottom fabric is a little bigger than the top, and I want to make sure that I can catch everything when I pin it. Make sure to leave a wide enough gap, about 6 or 7 inches, so that when you go back afterwards, you'll be able to reverse the pillow. I'm still being really careful about not running over that bump on the trim. I drop my needle just to the right of it, and with an ordinary top stitch, I just sew around, and every so often, I stop to check that my trim is still lined up properly. Be sure to back stitch at the beginning and the ends of your pillow, and when that's done, you should be left with just your opening. Trim away any excess fabric and invert the pillowcase. The trim came out really nicely. I'm really happy that I paid such close attention to it. Now that I have a pretty trimmed pillow, I'm ready to stuff it. I'm using polyester fill, and starting at the edges, I work my way around the pillow. I really want to overstuff it here because I'm going to be sitting on this pillow and I need it to be firm. Really, this step is about fluffing and doing a little cat paw motion until you have a satisfied overall appearance. You just have to hand stitch your opening closed, and then you're going to be done. It's that easy, and here comes the reveal. Ooh, so pretty. I just can't wait to sit on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this journey. I know I did. Be sure to subscribe now, become a Pagan Pal, like up this video, and I'll see you next time for another episode of My Pagan Pal Crafts and such. Bye!